Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious, misunderstood, and controversial parts of the internet, the dark web. Now, before we get started, let me make something very clear. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. I am not here to encourage anyone to access or engage in any illegal activities on the dark web. This is purely about understanding what it is, how it works, and why it exists. The internet is a powerful tool, but like anything powerful, it can be used for both good and bad. So, if you're just curious about what the dark web is and how it differs from the everyday internet you use, stick around, because this is going to blow your mind. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The internet that you and I use every day, the one where you browse YouTube, Google, Facebook, and Amazon, is actually just the tip of the iceberg. This is called the surface web, and it only makes up about 4 to 5% of the entire internet. That's right, all those billions of websites you think you know, they barely scratch the surface. Below that, we have the deep web, which is much larger. This includes anything that isn't indexed by search engines like Google. Think of private databases, online banking systems, academic records, hospital databases, and corporate networks. It's still legal and widely used, but it's hidden from public search results. Now, beneath the deep web lies the dark web. The part of the internet that requires special software to access, is untraceable, and is home to both legal and illegal activities. This is where things get interesting. So, how do people access the dark web? Unlike the surface web, you can't just type in darkweb.com and get there. You need a special tool, and the most common one is Tor, the onion router. Tor is a browser that encrypts your traffic and bounces it through multiple servers around the world, making it nearly impossible to trace your real identity or location. This is why the dark web is often associated with anonymity. It allows users to browse without being tracked. But just because it offers privacy doesn't automatically mean it's illegal. Many journalists, whistleblowers, and activists use the dark web to communicate safely, especially in countries with heavy censorship. For example, WikiLeaks and organizations like The Guardian have secure drop pages on the dark web where people can anonymously submit sensitive information. Even government agencies like the FBI and the CIA have dark websites to gather intelligence and communicate with informants. However, where there is anonymity, there is also crime. The dark web is infamous for being home to some of the most disturbing and illegal activities on the internet. One of the biggest attractions? The dark web marketplaces. These sites operate like Amazon or eBay, but for illegal goods and services. You can find drugs, fake passports, counterfeit money, hacking tools, stolen credit card information, and even hitman for hire services, though many of these are scams. One of the most well-known dark web marketplaces was Silk Road, which operated from 2011 to 2013. It was like the Amazon of illegal drugs, allowing users to buy and sell narcotics anonymously using Bitcoin. The FBI eventually shut it down and arrested its founder, Ross Ulbricht, who is now serving a life sentence. But shutting down Silk Road didn't stop illegal trade. It just moved to other marketplaces, some of which are still active today. Aside from illegal goods, the dark web is also home to hacking forums and cybercrime services. Need a hacker to break into someone's social media or bank account? There are people offering those services. Want to buy malware, ransomware, or software that can steal credit card information? It's all there. There are even forums where cybercriminals sell massive databases of leaked passwords, credit card details, and personal information stolen from data breaches. This is why cybersecurity experts constantly warn people to use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication, because if your data gets leaked, it could end up for sale on the dark web without you even knowing. Now, one of the most disturbing corners of the dark web is what's known as red rooms. These are rumored to be live streaming sites where people pay to watch violent crimes or even torture being carried out in real time. But here's the thing. While the idea of red rooms is terrifying, most cybersecurity experts believe they are a myth, or at least exaggerated. Many of the so-called red rooms that pop up on the dark web are actually scams designed to trick people into paying Bitcoin for access, only to find out that the stream is fake. Still, the dark web does contain some horrifying content, including disturbing forums and illegal pornography. which is why law enforcement agencies constantly monitor these spaces to track down criminals. So, should you ever visit the dark web? Honestly, unless you know exactly what you're doing and have a legitimate reason, I would strongly advise against it. While not everything on the dark web is illegal, simply accessing the wrong site can get you into serious trouble. Many sites are set up by scammers, hackers, or even law enforcement sting operations designed to catch criminals. Clicking the wrong link could expose your device to malware or put you on a government watch list. Plus, the deeper you go, the darker it gets, and some things can't be unseen. But here's the biggest takeaway. You don't have to go on the dark web to be affected by it. Your personal information, your passwords, credit card details, and even your medical records could already be for sale on the dark web right now without you even knowing. This is why protecting yourself online is more important than ever. Use strong passwords. Enable two-factor authentication. Don't reuse passwords across multiple accounts, and always be cautious of phishing scams. Also, if you ever suspect that your data has been leaked, you can check websites like Have I Been Pwned to see if your email or password has been compromised. At the end of the day, the dark web is just a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for both good and bad. While it provides privacy for people who genuinely need it, such as activists, journalists, and whistleblowers, it's also a breeding ground for cybercrime and illegal activities. If you've ever thought about exploring the dark web out of curiosity, my advice is to educate yourself first and understand the risks before doing anything. And most importantly, stay safe online. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever heard of the dark web before today? What's the craziest thing you've learned about it? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so we can spread awareness and help more people stay safe online. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.